Hey everybody, I'm Johnny Scoville, Chasetheheat here. Very exciting review today, pod review. We're reviewing a pod sent to me by Dan Souza. Please look at this, everybody. Do you guys see this? Almost looks like a pepper cupcake. Gnarly. Will you look at that? This is a pod I've never eaten before, which I'm really excited about eating. This is a pod that was created by Matthew Arthur. Now, I've been a chili head a long time, and I've known who Matthew Arthur was for a very, very long time. Let me give you a little bit of information about Matthew Arthur before I cut this thing open and eat it for you. Matthew, he is everything that is good in the chili community. He's a guy who doesn't even deal with money. His goal is just to spread chilies around the world. What an amazing dude he is. His wife is great. He's been growing peppers and growing plants since he was 6. So he's got a handle on it. The guy's got the hang of it. Anytime you guys ever see a pod, if you ever see the MA before a pepper, like the purple UFO, that MA means that Matthew Arthur created it. He also created the daisy cutter and this, the Wartryx. I don't even know how he created this or what pods he crossed to make this thing happen, but it is a very exciting pod. He's the most generous guy. You guys have no idea. He's just a very, very good man. I feel it's an honor to know him. And I want to thank you, Dan, for sending this to me. This is one of those tragic moments. Let me try one more time. It's horrible to try to get. I can't do it. It's so frustrating to try to let you guys see the oil on this knife and never being able to do it. It's practically dripping. Let me show you the interior of this pepper. This is the interior of the Wartryx, created by Matthew Arthur. If you pick one of these peppers up, you're going to realize how sturdy and just dense these peppers feel. Like if you threw it hard enough, you could knock somebody out with it. Wow. It smells wickedly hot. And there is a shine on the inside of this pepper, on the walls inside of this pepper. So it's not as thin-walled as a Reaper or a Primo. It's a little bit thicker walled than that, but it's ferociously hot smelling. There's a classic Chinensi smell. All right, boy, this smells hot. But I'm very excited to eat this. You guys have watched if you haven't watched my channel, one of the things, let me give you a little bit of insight on Johnny Scoville. I absolutely love eating pods that I haven't eaten before. Eating a new pepper is a thrill for me, and there's a million peppers out there, so kind of an unending, every year they're creating more, so this is exciting. But this is the MA Wartryx. Thank you, Dan, for sending it to me, and a big giant thank you, Matthew Arthur, for creating it. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chasetheheat. Oh, wicked hot immediately. Wow. Wow. Boy, it's nice. It's fun for me to eat a pot that I haven't eaten before. You know what's even better? Eating a wickedly hot pepper that I've never eaten before. This is hot. As far as the flavor, it's got kind of a fruity flavor. There's no bitterness at all. Got a great flavor. Now, I've had sauces made with Wartryx, but that's the first time I've ever eaten a pod, and I'll tell you something. Kind of surprised me. As far as the heat, you can tell the minute you pop it in your mouth, it's a very hot pod because immediately it's hot. The burn I'm getting right now is the front of my tongue, my lips, The front of my tongue, my lips, underneath the tip of my tongue. The tip of my tongue is on fire. Here's a seed that popped out of that. What I love about the Wartryx is one of the coolest looking pods. It's a really cool looking pepper. Love the looks of it. Still hasn't peaked yet. Still climbing. It's a hot one. Yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10 for mine, this is a 4, easy. It's a solid 4, maybe even a 5. If you're a non-chili head, this is going to be a 9. Very hot. But a great aftertaste, you know. There's, like I said, there was no bitterness at all. Which sometimes with the super hot, you get a bitterness. It comes with the territory. It comes with the pod, I'd say. But there's really no bitterness on this. Now the burn is under my tongue. More under the front of my tongue than anywhere else. What an interesting burn characteristic. But a very hot pepper. I think it's probably peaked now. Yeah, if you're not a pepperhead, you don't want to eat this like I just did. You may want to take a sliver of it, a little sliver, and try that. But if you're not a chili head to eat what I just did, it might put you into panic mode. I hear people talk about that, where they get into panic mode where it's so hot they start thinking, oh my God, what did I do? I look for that. I had a person yesterday, a really neat person that's a friend of mine on Facebook, messaged me. She said, Johnny, you're the only one I know to talk to. My niece, little kid, 6 years old, bit a Scotch bonnet, put it in her mouth and chewed on it. And it was really hot, and the kid was, this child was panicking. They were both panicking. She was in terrible distress. And she messaged me on Facebook and said, what do I do? You're the only one I know I can ask. I said, you know, if you took her to the hospital, by the time you got to the hospital, depending on the drive, unless it was a really, really short drive, by the time you get to the hospital, it's going to fade and she's going to be okay. If you got to the hospital, they'd give her milk, or maybe yogurt or something, and then it would kind of dissipate. Fortunately, when I saw the message, I messaged her back, and they were okay after that. She gave her exactly what I said, some milk and some yogurt, and the child was fine. But peppers are a hot thing, you know. The super hots are no joke. You got to be careful with them. No, I think the risk to really hurting yourself, like long term, I'm not sure if that's a real risk. But in the short term, it's really discomforting for somebody who doesn't know a chili burn to have a super hot in their mouth. But I look for that panic. I know. I chase that. I want that. I want to find the pot that rocks my world. I want the one pepper that I eat that's so hot, so shocking, it almost takes me back and makes me concerned. I want that. But, you know, a great thing about it is every season people are crossing new things, and, you know, people always have this feeling like the Carolina Reaper is the hottest pepper there is. It's not. It's the hottest one recognized with a Scoville rating. It's recognized by the Guinness Book, but I'm here to tell you there's a lot of peppers that are just as hot or hotter. I wouldn't say that the Wartryx was it's probably as hot. That was almost as hot as a Reaper to me, and way better tasting. But that was a great pepper. I want to thank you, Matthew Arthur, for creating this delicious pod. I want to thank you, Dan Souza, for growing it. You did a great job. It was beautiful. You took care of that thing. And thank you for saying it to me and giving me the opportunity to eat that, because that was the first time with the Wartryx, so thank you. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Go to the description box below and you'll see a link to Dan. Dan's a wonderful guy. Lots of different pods he has. Maybe you can make a deal and he'll send you some pods. All right? He's a wonderful person. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Right there. That's the Chasetheheat floating pepper. I'd like you to click on that. If you watch the show and you haven't clicked on that yet, it shows me you care. I care about all you. Pepper burp. That's a good pepper. So click on that pepper. You'll become a subscriber to the channel. Click on the bell. We'll notify you when we upload these new ones because we do them regularly. That was a fun pepper. I love trying new peppers. So thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Dan. I'm Johnny Scoville. We're going to catch you guys right here, next time on Chase the Heat, everybody.